Hello, girls, non-binaries, and mistakes. My name is Josh.
My name is Rick.
And my name is Christian.
And welcome to the judgiest place on the internet, featuring us three goofballs who make up the troupe of the Judgies. Here we are. We made it. Stuck the landing. Fumbled the kebab. Yeah, I dropped my meat stick. Sans pepper.
I don't know what that means.
Hey, that's a... Where's my 2015 YouTubers at? That goes out to you.
As a Sam Pepper reference. And hey, you kidnapped that joke like it was your best friend. Erika, I hear you've got a little thing for us.
I got mail.
We got mail. Someone sent us a letter over at P.O. Box 58, Ottawa, Illinois, 61350. And we're opening it up on the podcast because that's what we do on this podcast before we podcast. Who's it from?
It's from Nor.
Nor.
Jesus Christ. Oh, this one's for Josh.
Alexa, call Uncle Josh. Wow.
How sweet is that?
That's cute as hell.
That
Thank you,
is
Nor.
so cute.
I thought you were my enemy, Nor. I'm glad that I guess we're at least mutual enemies. We're like on good terms. I've sort of got like a Dr. Hugo from Kim Possible type beat where it's like he's kind of too sad to be mad at all the time.
Okay, yeah.
Because I'm Kim Possible. You know, like 7 different people at work today wore green bottoms and a black top. And they didn't tell me that they were doing that. Which they didn't plan it, but like I wore that on Monday.
That's insane. I feel like that was a personal attack.
I know.
I feel like they know you're quitting. And they're like, let's ostracize this bitch before she's out of here.
Speaking of, I just put in my request for maternity leave.
Awesome. How's that feel?
Like it's not soon enough. My official last day is the 15th of July, unless I go into labor sooner than that.
How is it paid maternity leave or is it?
So I have to take FMLA and paid sick leave concurrently.
Okay.
So I'll get paid, my regular rate, but I have to use my PTO.
I gotcha.
And then after 4 weeks of using PTO, I can get temporary disability through my pension. And that's at 50% of my pay.
Okay.
And then I only get 4 weeks of that.
Okay, so you get 8 weeks of 75% pay, roughly.
Sure. And then I can go back to using PTO until I run out of PTO.
And
then
you have a shit ton, don't you?
Yeah, I've got 6 weeks of sick time built up, and then I've got after June 19th, which is my work anniversary, I'll have 2 weeks of vacation.
That's awesome.
So
You're going to rob the government blind. All for pushing out a little boy.
I fucking worked there for 5 years, so...
Well, especially through the pandemic and all that overtime.
Yes.
Especially.
And you know what else we started with the pandemic was this podcast. And here's a review. Aww. That's right. Guys, if you want to support the podcast but don't want to spend money, which it's really easy. You could just go give $1 over at patreon.com/judgiespod, JUDGIES. Or you can just go leave a 5-star review on Apple. It actually helps us out a ton. It makes people think we're popular.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a 5-star review. Great podcast. I don't usually write reviews on podcasts. This is literally my first review I have ever done on a podcast. But I felt like this one deserved it. I originally found this podcast because of TikTok. I came over to the podcast because of...
Me?
Now, here's the thing. This has been a long-running theory on my end. Remember way back when Christian never got compliments? It was always either me or Erika.
Mostly me, yes.
I always said, Christian, people don't know who you and I are.
Yeah, they don't know the difference between us.
But we didn't have concrete evidence until this. I came over to the podcast because of Christian's personality and A+ puns and jokes. Which, like...
No, I'm making puns. I'm making a lot of puns.
Mm-hmm.
Not A+ puns.
I'm making fat puns. Puns.
Christian has triggered Erika with the poom poom TikTok audio.
I hate that.
Josh's looks, winky face. So clearly that's about Christian. but might leave if Erika doesn't stop being so political. I didn't read that part.
I think they got all three of us mixed up.
Somehow they got all of us wrong. But in all seriousness, if you want a podcast where the hosts are not PC, but are still very respectful, but at the same time know how to joke around, check out the Judgies.
Wait, how are we not PC?
I don't know. But hey, thanks for the 5-star review. No takesies backsies.
Haha.
Ben Shapiro sucks. How about that? And you can't remove the 5-star review or else you're a loser.
Plus
Agreed.
bozo.
Plus white, plus L, plus
bald,
ratio,
yeah.
plus balding, yeah. But you know what else is plus is this podcast. Because we don't just talk about ourselves in the podcast. We also podcast on this podcast.
We'll also do that later in the circle. We'll get there.
We only, to be fair, we talk about ourselves 99% of the time. I also have a quote. I have to say we're sponsored by podcast this episode.
Oh, big
Ooh,
podcast.
exciting.
Love it.
We get paid $50 every podcast we drop.
Really?
Okay.
Do they have to be like natural, or can I do like intentional? Like,
There has to be
Hey,
at
podcast.
least 3 words in between each podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
what's your favorite podcast to go to?
Probably my favorite podcast. Did you just ask me what my favorite
I
podcast
did ask
was?
you what your favorite
My favorite
podcast.
podcast is probably This Podcast Will Kill You
Oh, I love that one.
or the Judgies podcast.
Yes.
I love that one.
Or, and this is kind of like, this isn't like your podcast. It's sort of like your podcaster's podcast, but Dax Flames. Yeah, not Dax Shepard. Armchair Sexpert with Dax Flame.
Interesting.
Yeah.
He literally, are these different people?
Yeah.
It was all made up. Dax
Oh.
Flame is a person. But
I was going to say, he fucking jacked his whole
Flame,
shtick
yeah.
there. Yep.
It was all just a pun. It was an A+ pun, if I do say so
was
myself. And how about these A+ stories? Erika, I know you don't like my stories.
That's not true.
You say it with your eyes.
You do say it with
Oh
your
my
eyes, and
God.
you do say it behind his back.
Yeah, you do verbally say it as well, but the eyes hurts more.
First of all, why are you telling Joshua what I say behind his back? No, I'm just kidding.
And what's up with all the anonymous reviews that all kind of tie back to you saying that you hate Josh's stories?
I don't. Am I putting off that vibe?
Currently, yes. Normally, no.
Okay, I'll just sit here and be neutral.
But first time, hey, non-political Erika, first time ever. We read stories on this podcast, is what we do. We go online, we find
yes.
silly little stories. We'll have people, we judge them. It's where we get the name, we're the Judgies. You get it.
Mm-hmm.
I picked out 3 stories. I had 4. Let's do 3 that are ramping up in drama. I go for less drama normally.
I love drama.
And I like a good drama, but I also just like a good dude being a dummy.
Yeah, hey,
So-
no complaints there, buddy.
This is ramping up in drama. So we're going to start out low stakes and then go to higher stakes. Does that sound fine?
Sure.
Yeah.
r/dating_advice is where I found this first one.
Classic.
Oh, what a great start.
New girlfriend is telling people it's her birthday when it's not.
Oh, okay, wait. Are we getting free dessert out of it? Because, at one restaurant here around town, you tell them it's your birthday. It was my 21st birthday, and I got a free tequila shot, and it was Patron. So
Holy fuck. That's like a $20 shot.
I'm just saying, sometimes it's worth it.
That's crazy. I've been dating a woman for a few months, and everything has been going great. Until last weekend, when she did something weird.
Peculiar.
How weird.
We went to a bar for some drinks before dinner, and she told the bartender it was her birthday and got us some free shots.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought she was just being silly until we got to the restaurant afterwards, and then she told that waiter we were celebrating her birthday, and after our meal, they brought us a complimentary slice of cake to share.
Correct.
Hooray!
I asked her about it, and she casually said that she does it all the time to get free stuff, and it's harmless.
Anytime she's in a silly, goofy mood, she just lies and says it's her birthday.
This seems like a red flag to me, and I'm not sure how I should proceed. Thoughts?
Okay, I need to preface. Preface means before. I need to go back to what I said earlier about how I said it was my 21st birthday or whatever. It was actually my birthday.
Okay.
I didn't lie about it being my birthday.
Okay.
You're really backpedaling.
Yeah,
here.
that's a big edit you got there.
I just feel like
I'm just saying I would lie about my
just
birthday.
saying.
I didn't, but I would.
Have you ever lied about it?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
That doesn't seem like a you thing to do.
No.
Have you, Christian?
I would lie for somebody else.
Sure.
I think I have said it's my birthday. Like, probably in high school I've said it's my birthday, but it was probably, like, relatively close to my birthday. I wouldn't... You can tell kind of by my energy and my vibes that I don't have, like, a summer birthday. So I do have to... When I lie about it, it has to be during kind of the winter months.
You do give off big water sign energy.
Yeah.
I also have never. I'm way too... I just don't care enough, I don't think.
I like doing it to embarrass people. Like, when we go to places that, like, will sing and bring you cake.
Yeah.
My mom hates it.
Sure. I mean, naturally. That's
Okay,
I
so-
feel like it's a normal response.
Yeah.
So you kind of just hate service industry workers.
No.
Oh, it just kind of sounds like you enjoy... I mean, that's their least favorite part of working that job.
Have you ever been to a Cold Stone Creamery? Is that a local thing? Like, is that a Midwest thing?
No, it's a chain.
But is it a Midwest chain?
I don't know.
Well, if you don't know, Cold Stone Creamery, all the workers have to sing whenever somebody gives them a tip.
Oh,
And they have, like, different songs they sing. Huh. And you can tell it drains them when you tip. It's like they would prefer you not to tip, actually.
I feel that way when you go to a Moe's Mexican Grill and all they have to say when you walk in is Moe's. And sometimes you walk
This
in...
is not a real restaurant.
It's supposed to be... Yes, it is. It's delicious. Honestly, I think it's better than Chipotle, but... which we had for dinner tonight. Not sponsored. I don't know if it was just the one in Carbondale, but they're supposed to say "Welcome to Moe's,"
and they just
shortened it to anytime you open the door, it's Moe's.
And even that sounds like they're just crushed.
They
Their
just
souls have
hate
been
it.
Just pulverized into dust.
Imagine every time you walked into Ronald McDonald's shop, it was just Don's. What was I saying?
Are we gonna start calling McDonald's Don's?
Don's is a pretty good. Don's, you got Beak.
I don't like that one at all.
What?
Beak?
BK?
Ah,
Yeah.
no, I'm not a fan.
Have you ever been to Burger King and gotten sauce with your nuggets? I haven't.
All the...
I'm
Dude,
0 for 15.
Okay.
Are you asking?
Yes.
Yeah, every time. I'm like, and make sure barbecue sauce, please. I got an 8-piece nugget, and I had to pull up and wait 10 minutes for them to cook it.
Yeah.
I've never ordered a Burger King, and they were like, oh, yeah, it's ready. It's always, can you pull forward? And then like 7 cars go by me. It's like, what are they ordering that's hot and fresh? Nobody goes to Burger King for like a drink.
Yeah. This is so weird because I'm in a goofy little manic mood, and I just had Burger King yesterday, Josh.
I also had mine yesterday.
And through the drive-thru, I saw
Whopper Wednesday.
There was 4 cars through like the drive-thru and 1 in the parking lot. 3 of the 4 cars, people are just blasting cigs inside their car windows up, and that's insane to me.
That's a Burger King vibe.
That's what I thought. I almost tweeted about it, and then that's going back to the manic phase. Hey, I'm really big into Twitter right now, so when you listen to this in a month from now, go back and check my tweets, because probably in 2 days I'll be done tweeting for the rest of the year.
I can't remember what I was saying before, but I think it's really funny how this guy's like, is it a red flag to do this? And it's like, no.
No.
And if you do it every time and you have to go through the whole, like, every single time you go out, there's a 10-minute fucking song and dance, I'd get kind of annoyed by it.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, you're having a good time. I don't know.
I do think, like, are they doing this in their own town? I feel like this is fine if you're, like, going to the city for, like, a date night. Then it's kind of silly, goofy, fun. Like, it's spontaneous.
I was talking about Cold Stone Creamery. They have to sing a song every time they give a tip, or you give a tip. And there's one time somebody gave a tip, and I was behind them in line, and they did their whole, like, 30-second song. And then I looked on the ground, and there was, like, $1. Somebody dropped $1 on the ground, and I picked it up, and I was on a date with someone, and I just like, oh, I'll just give it to him. And I go and put it in, and the dude behind the counter shoots me the nastiest glare in the world. He's just like, and I was like, you don't have to sing. Like, gave him like, shh. And I like put it in there, and they didn't sing. I was like, he looked like I was fucking torturing him. It's like, please don't give me another fucking $1.
I could understand why. If they just finished their little jingle, and you're like,
yeah,
second verse, same as the first.
But yeah, I would say if you're doing it at a small local restaurant, that also is kind of shittier, I guess. But I don't know. It's harmless. Like, come on.
My thing would be, too, is if you're doing it at, like, a small local restaurant, they're probably going to start recognizing you.
Yeah.
And when you come in there once a month and say it's your birthday,
That's when you just, I don't know, you be like a bad person. Be like, oh, sorry, my girlfriend has early onset dementia. She always thinks it's her birthday.
You just dig into it.
She's kind of 51st dates, if you know what I mean.
Have you ever seen Drew Barrymore? Yeah, I'm going to Drew marry this whore because I love her.
Yeah.
Good joke. I liked it.
That's not the button I asked you to push. So I guess I'm going to have to go boo.
He pushed both of them, to be fair.
Yeah, but only one played, and it wasn't mine.
Are we ready for the next one? Slightly more drama.
Okay.
Because that one, pretty drama-free. It's just a dude being an idiot of like, is this a red flag?
Yeah.
If you're 4 months into a dating sesh, that's what I call a relationship, and you just noticed that it's not a red fucking flag. She's just having a good night out.
Yeah, I think that she probably thinks this is like a silly, spontaneous thing.
I needed you to like
I had no idea what you're trying.
be a statue so that I could lean over and pull myself back.
No communication.
I thought he just like knew.
Infinitely dense.
I don't know. We'll probably be able to watch back on the film. I was probably doing this.
You were not. Time. You were going with me.
He goes with you wherever you go. Death cab for cutie style. Am I the asshole?
Yes.
Am I the asshole?
Yes.
For not swapping my meal with my pregnant cousin?
I'm standing by my opinion so far.
That he is the asshole?
Yeah.
Yesterday, my 24 female extended family. I don't know why I read that as their extended family was all 24 female. My 24 female extended family went out for a dinner catch-up. My cousin Allison, 29, came. She's pregnant.
Ugh.
Weird that she's just coming. Can you still come when you're pregnant? I ordered
Not in my experience. I'm just kidding.
Hey, Erika, to be fair, you didn't come before either.
Hey.
Good joke. I liked it.
I ordered a burger with fries. Allison had some type of herb pasta. When our food came, weird. Can food come? She asked if
not from my experience.
She asked if I want to swap with her because she didn't like the smell of the pasta. I said, sorry, but I want my burger, and maybe she can swap with someone else.
I should have got that.
Literally. Hey, Dylan, that looks really good. She said she was suddenly craving a burger, and no one else had ordered one. I told her she can order again. Allison said they're saving for the baby and won't waste money buying another dish, that I didn't have to pay the difference if I swapped because the pasta was more expensive. That would be insane. Give me your food and also pay me $3.50. I kept saying no. She got really pissed and said I didn't understand the struggles of pregnant women. My mom saw and said I should just swap, and I was acting like a kid. I said Allison was acting like a kid. Mm-hmm. Allison said she was hurt and that I don't understand pregnancy. My aunt, Allison's mom, noticed the commotion and told Allison sarcastically to, quote, learn how to deal with these things because not everyone will care about you. I had enough. I had enough, actually. So I just started eating before anyone else could tell me to swap.
Good for you.
I housed that burger.
Absolute power move. My mom later said I created a scene for no reason, and Allison's pregnant.
Are you going to tell people I housed that burger?
Let me take a video of you saying you're going to kill the president. If you don't know, I think you should leave season 2, episode 3. Or 2, one of them. She said she's lost face. Let me go back a sentence. My mom later said I created a scene for no reason, and Allison's pregnant, so I should have been more understanding. She said she's lost face in front of my aunt. Now I'm thinking if I should have just sucked it up and swapped. Am I the asshole?
I honestly think everyone sucks here.
Yes.
This seems like such a toxic everything.
Yeah.
I would be so stressed out if she really lost out on being the first person to be asked to swap.
Yeah.
He's like, well, no, just go ask everybody else. She's like, well, you're right there.
Well, that's why I was like, it's wild that the aunt and mom are like, just swap. And it's like, why don't you swap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what did you get to
craving a
eat?
cheeseburger.
She wanted the burger.
So.
Okay, be a good mom then. Your aunt was there. Be a good mom, aunt, and just fucking buy your daughter a burger.
Yeah,
then.
I feel like it'd be insane to not just order a second food.
That's my kind of take on this is she should have just ordered a different food.
Yeah.
and then you take that pasta home for your baby daddy, your husband, your partner, whatever. But I also feel like I don't know. I'm pretty steadfast, and when you're telling me to do something and I don't want to do it, I'm not going to fucking do it.
Yeah.
But I also feel like she should have compromised. You know, like,
give you half the burger.
I'll
give me half your pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be easy though.
Yeah.
I would be pretty upset.
Really?
If I had like a whole group of like people around me just being like, just swap the burger.
See, that's why I would be mad.
Just swap the burger. And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Now you're just peer pressuring me. I would have done it if one person maybe was like, just do it. But not if the whole fucking family reunion's yelling at me.
I just think it's weird that nobody else fucking stood up and
Nobody
swapped
defended
food.
her. The cook comes out, I made that specifically for you. Fuck Allison.
And I also feel like I'm the type of person that I would just be like, you know what, just fucking eat it. I don't want any of this. I'm just gonna go somewhere else. Just fucking have it then.
I would do that, but none of that conversation part. I would just go, fine, just fucking have it. And then I would think the rest of it, but I wouldn't do anything to act upon it.
Yeah. I also, as a pregnant woman myself, I know I talk about that so much.
I would fucking kill OP if she didn't give me her burger.
I would not have asked.
I would literally fucking murder her.
Yeah,
I would not have asked.
Playing the pregnancy card is very slippery because there's some stuff like, Erika, if you ask me, it's like, can you do this? And now that you're pregnant, I'd be like, yeah, whatever. Like, sure, whatever. But like, you can't play it all the time and be an inconvenience on everything.
Yeah, it's kind of like the birthday situation.
Right, yeah. You don't get a whole month. You don't get a whole 9 months, Erika.
Yes, I do, first of all. But I wouldn't do that, though.
Yeah, you're not like that.
You only get to use it when you're out of town, is what I'm trying to say, guys.
Oh, yeah.
If you're out of town, you get to say, I'm pregnant. Give me your burger.
Yeah.
But if you're in town, that's kind of...
How far... Is it a showing thing or is it a timeline thing of like how far can you start to play the pregnancy card? Because if you're like a month and a half pregnant and you're like, give me your burger, I'm pregnant, I feel like, fuck off. But if somebody was like 9 months, just like about to burst, like, I need the burger, I'd be like, okay. You know what?
I think it would depend on how close you are with the person.
Yeah.
Because I think at 1 month or 2 months, if I was like, Joshua, I need what you're eating right now, you could give it to me, I think you would give it to me.
Well, that's more of a, yeah, I guess. First off, let me be clear, I wouldn't. I would not.
First off, let me be clear, I wouldn't ask you.
You would take it.
I most likely would just take it.
She would lick her finger and then stick it through the top of your bun, through the entire burger.
You would spit on my food, exactly.
No.
I love that story. Very simple, slightly more drama.
A little more drama. I do think everyone sucks here, though.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of anyone in this story.
Even the person who wrote it?
No.
Yeah, no.
Like, you're not a fan of her?
No.
I don't know. I don't see. I guess. I'm not, like, defending her. You know? I'm not like, no, she's my champion.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm Peter Dinklage and she is my Braun.
Okay.
Tyrion Lannister. Couldn't remember his name. Last one for the front half, and it's a long one. How about that?
Boy.
I would love that, Josh.
Am I the apple
Yes.
for telling my girlfriend that, yes?
You're the apple of my eye.
What does that mean?
We're married.
Does that mean... Does apple of your eye mean, like, you're my role model?
No.
Or is it like...
I'm willing to damn all of mankind to eat your ass. That's what it means.
Pull.
Is it a Adam and Eve ref?
Probably.
I don't know.
Interesting.
You want me to Google it while
Or
you read?
is it more of a Johnny Appleseed type beat?
I don't think it's Johnny Appleseed type beat.
Is it like a
But maybe folklore.
Steve Jobs thing?
Yeah, that's closer.
yeah, like Steve Jobs turtleneck? He's the apple of my eye.
Yeah.
Pad.
Steve Wozniak said that to him a lot.
It's pronounced Wozniak.
Yikes.
The iPad's named after him.
Yikes.
It's not an E-pad.
It's so embarrassing. I kind of thought I knew a little bit about a lot, and it turns out I don't.
Since the pupil is essential to vision, it was held to be something very precious. Thus, when you call somebody the apple of your eye, you are telling them that they are cherished. The phrase is from the Bible.
Okay, so it is Bible. Hey, look at that. Hey, give yourself a round of applause.
I'm really sorry I would you. I'm actually very sorry I did that. I'm just too fucking wide.
How about this? Am I the apple for telling my girlfriend that, yes, the gym is more important to me than her and her daughter?
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, this is drama and dude being dumb. How about that? Do we like that?
We love them apples.
Boo.
Good joke. I liked it.
I, 32 male, have been dating my girlfriend, 29 female, for about 18 months. She has the cutest little 4-year-old daughter from a previous relationship. As our relationship has progressed, I've been spending more and more time at my girlfriend's place, to the point that I've all but moved in with them.
Okay.
This is mostly just because it's logistically easier for me to go to her place since she has a kid and I don't. I work from 4:30 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. I get to bed by 4 and then wake up around noon, and then on most days head off to the gym and spend about 2 hours there total. I like to work out. Makes me feel good, keeps me healthy, and I also consider it a professional responsibility to stay in shape. Working 10-hour shifts means that I don't have a ton of time in between shifts, but that I also have more days off than most working people.
What do you think their job is?
Yeah, what is, I mean.
Firefighter.
Okay.
10 hours of his week
I
is
don't
just...
think they do 10-hour shifts as firefighters, Josh.
Yeah, they do. I know. They
do 24-hour shifts.
Well,
like you're 24 on, 48
they do
off
24-hour
like
shifts. It's 80 hours a week.
You'd have 24 on, then 48 off.
No, 20
4-hour shifts.
4-hour shifts.
Ah.
And they're all at shitty time slots like this. Kind of sucks.
It's for the calendar. He's got to stay buff for the calendar. There was never a problem until I basically moved in with my girlfriend. Suddenly, lately, when I wake up and try to head up to the gym, she's all, "Oh, it's all about you, huh?" Or, "You don't care about what you need to... You don't care about doing what you need to do. My daughter doesn't understand why you are leaving and why you don't want to spend time with us."
Ooh.
The last time things came to a head, when my girlfriend started objecting to my going to the gym, I told her, "I'll see you and your daughter for a little bit before I go off to work." And he's saying your daughter, it's redacted name. He's not being like, "I'll see you and your daughter." So like, I'll just say Maya. It's like he's saying, "I'll see you and Maya for a little bit before I go off to work. And then tomorrow I'm off and don't have a workout scheduled. So we'll have the whole day together. But I have to get my workout in today. It's a priority." She then responded, "So the gym is a priority, but me and Maya aren't. If you want to be a part of this family, it's not all about you anymore. So what's more important to you, the gym or us?"
Yikes.
I responded, "Well, if you're going to force me to choose instead of making room for something that you know is important to me, then I guess I have to choose the gym." I then left.
Okay.
I'm sitting in my own apartment now. Things may be over. In fairness, I should note that she wasn't insisting that I never go to the gym again. She just wanted to renegotiate my schedule. But I was unwilling because I felt as if that would get in the way of my goals. Am I the apple?
Yeah.
It's crazy that they were like, there was a little bit of vagueness the whole time. It's like, both sides could have communicated this a little better. And then at the very end, he's just like, "Oh yeah, she was willing to compromise, but I said fuck that."
Yeah, I feel like he didn't lead on in the first half of like, she was asking to compromise. It made her, in the beginning, he made it seem like she was just like, "Stop working out right now."
Yeah.
But maybe in retrospect, he's being a little bit more charitable, or he was, in hindsight, not being charitable enough in the beginning.
Yeah, it could be. I just feel like you could switch your schedule up. If you have like a 24-hour gym, just go at 2:30 in the morning when you get off work.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely a weird thing because it's like, you understand where both sides are coming from here.
Well, I think to be fair, like, because the reason that he quotes as her being upset is that Maya isn't, like, she doesn't understand why he's leaving so much. She's 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can probably
explain.
explain, like, "Oh, Steve likes to go get his pump on." You know?
Maybe don't say it like that. That's
Steve
a little
likes to go get
confusing.
yoked.
Yeah.
Steve's absolutely fucking shredded, and if you want him to keep that up, he's got to go at least 5 times a week.
Stepdaddy Steve's always wearing a pump cover.
What?
A pump cover? It's that way in the middle of your workout you can remove it and it looks good on Instagram.
It's the light, thin sweatshirt all the gym bros wear, and then you get a little bit of a pump on, and then you take it off, and now everybody's like, "Damn, he's kind of fucking shredded."
Because if you go in wearing what is essentially a G-string for a tank top, and you're not tensed up, you'll look a little flabby.
You have a little bit of blood flow going.
Yeah, and you get nice and pumped. So you have a pump cover. Also
most people are kind of growers and not showers, so
yeah.
Okay.
And that's what stepdaddy Steve's got.
I think gym culture is fucking annoying.
I mean, it can be for sure. Yeah, I just feel like she's old enough to like understand, and like it is odd to me that like it wasn't an issue until like they moved in together. Where now she's like, you're not spending enough time. Well, it's like, well, you're just perceiving it that way because
we're together more.
Yeah, they are spending more time together if he's like sleeping there and everything. So yeah, it's definitely a
Hold on.
Sleeping counts.
It does not.
Sleeping counts.
No, it doesn't.
Yep.
Yeah, kind of a little bit.
What? No, it doesn't.
I won't say it's 1-to-1.
No, it's like a 4-to-1.
Sleeping in the same location as another person does not equate quality time.
No, but and not at a 1-to-1. It's not like sleeping for 8 hours means, hey, we hung out for 8 hours. But I would say it's like worth at least a 2 hour.
You don't think if we spent all of our normal time together and then every single night I just left and then showed back up in the morning, gave you a kiss, and then left to go to work again, you wouldn't be like upset? You don't think that's...
There's definitely value. There's
upset.
definitely value added in the sleeping together.
Yes.
Yes, but
Maybe they're not sleeping together considering the work schedule though.
That's
I don't
also
think
true.
I don't think it is 1-to-1 as like being awake and spending time together, but there is some value there.
I don't know. Whenever I'm hanging out with Aurora, I just zonk out, and she likes it. So
I mean, there was a study going around or an article going around that said that that you get sleepier when you're around somebody that you're in love with.
okay, so when I first started dating Aurora, I saw that same thing, but it was farts, which is you fart more around someone that you're like in love with.
I mean,
you feel more comfortable.
I was gonna say I feel like both of these are coming from the same cause. Or it's just like you let your guard down more.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
So Aurora shitting herself on our first date was actually
a really, really great sign.
That's actually a green flag.
She love bombed me with that boom boom.
Just like we're gonna love bomb you with this break.
Bye. Sand, welcome back to this side of the podcast. Yeah. Sand. Like the Sandler dollar.
Like Sandra D?
Bullock?
No.
Who's Sandra D? Sandra Day?
From Greece?
O'Connor? Ah. There's a lot of
Her
Sandys.
full name is Sandra. That makes sense. You know what? I didn't give myself the 1/2 second to process.
What about Sandai?
Yeah.
Sandai will always
be
love.
Michi.
Zendaya is Michi, to be fair.
You guys are so lame.
How about this for lame? How about a circle jerk, Erika?
Oh, is that lame to you?
Sounds fucking good. Hit that board, bro. Not that
Good joke.
one. Not that one. No.
I liked it.
The boo is silent.
Interesting.
Push the orange one, though. There's only one. Don't pontificate like you have a choice.
Ooh, good word.
Circle jerk.
Here we are. Are you guys familiar with the company ULINE?
No.
And if
Yes,
you aren't, then
I
ULINE.
Is that like...
Shipping
Stickers?
boxes. Yeah, it's kind of...
no.
No. It's like workplace, like, if you have a shelf, it might be ULINE. It's a Chicago-based company. I think it was Chicago-founded. I might be based in Wisconsin now, so it's around the Great Lakes is where they do most of their business.
I think my brain was thinking of Unilever, which is like personal care products.
No, not that. ULINE is it's for like a lot of it is like hard plastic storage containers, stuff like that,
Okay.
or bags, general work stuff for like non-office type situations. Okay. Now I get one of their catalogs every quarter.
At work?
Perfect.
At work, yeah. I don't use them. It just the person that had the position before me got them, and so I get them in my name now. And I was thumbing through it because I was bored as shit at work and trying to steal money from my corporation.
Sure.
Perfect.
And I got to the last page, and there's a little opinion piece from Lily ULINE.
Sandra D.
It's in cursive, so I can. It's like her signature. I cannot something with an L.
Landra D.
But the matriarch of the company.
The maitre d'.
So I think her or her husband's father found it.
Go ahead.
And so she's got a little op-ed.
Okay.
And it's titled, "Is America in Decline?"
Uh-oh. We
Great.
love that in a catalog.
This is from June of last year. Okay, she wrote this last June, a year ago.
Well, to be fair, it's been declining for quite some time.
Sure, but how does this strike you? An America with a flag on it with a crack down the middle? Yeah, has it ever been?
That's not a crack. That's the Mississippi River.
It's getting bigger. Global warming's a myth. So this is from a year ago, last June, 2021. I don't know how much we're bulking. This could be coming out in 2023, as far as we know.
Jesus.
Remarks by Russia's Vladimir Putin, and the action aged wonderfully in the first sentence, and the actions of China's President Xi Jinping indicate that they think America is in the decline. Mm-hmm. Shortly after the Geneva summit meeting last June, Putin, so this was 2 years ago, June.
Okay.
Putin spoke at an event in his country and portrayed the U.S. as a waning power and said the world is changing dramatically. He touted the merits of Russia's growing military strength and aggressive stance on foreign policy. Russia is also cyber hacking the U.S. at will.
He just came out and said, yeah, we're hacking them.
No, all he said was that it's a waning power. The rest of it was her.
He said that when Trump was still in office, correct?
Yeah.
It's because so if that was June of 2020, Trump was still in office.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to be besties. The drama.
June of 2020, Trump was not in office.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he
Till
was.
November.
Sorry, until 2021. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I was getting my years all mixed up. Yeah, insane.
I mean, technically, he's still kind of in office.
He's
We
a
all
lame
know-
duck. And he's a lame fuck. Yeah. He's not good in bed. Ask Stormy.
Listen, I just want all of our listeners who think I'm too political to know that Joshua is reading a political story while wearing an Abolish ICE t-shirt. So
He just doesn't like that brand of ICs.
I think I've said this on the podcast, but I had a conservative guy at my work come up to me once and be like, "Hey, I like your shirt," and then like looked at it for a second more and goes, "Oh, you got me." And I was like, "Wasn't trying to get you, man." If you don't know, I'm wearing an Icy logo bear, and it is stylized like the brand Icy, but it says Abolish ICE. All right. So insane, just like the statement of her just making, Russia is also cyber hacking the U.S. at will. Like that's just, she's positing that as a fact. She's put all these things as facts.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Insane that a year from then would have the invasion of Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
China's President Xi Jinping defiantly dismisses U.S. dominance and emphasizes China's rising power. Hong Kong fell victim to China's growing ambition, and now they are advancing on Taiwan. Taiwan Semiconductor controls over 20% of the world's microchips. President Xi wants one China sooner than later.
Okay.
But
That's what countries
one
do,
China.
right?
Well, it's not because of stuff like Taiwan.
But Taiwan is its own country.
China's trying.
China wants Taiwan. China
Well, they
thinks-
can't have it. They're their own. They're their own selves.
Hey, you tell them geopolitical. Hey,
And guess
No, no,
what?
China.
I know you guys are asking this question. Where is the U.S. in all of this? Remember we mentioned U.S. failing? Well, this person started asking people if they think America is on the decline. The expressions on their faces indicated the answer before they spoke. Again, this isn't a fucking magazine that they're sending out for people to buy things from.
yeah, to buy plastic storage bins in.
So here's their answers. Drugs. On the topic of drugs, I spoke with a restaurant owner in Colorado who said he'd have no employees if he started drug testing. At ULINE, so many of our employees in the warehouse operate equipment that goes over 30 feet high. There is no way they could be under the influence of drugs.
People aren't coming to work fucked up. I mean, some people are. But when you do drug testing, that's not really what you're checking for when you're doing like an employment, like pre-employment drug
Yeah.
test.
Also,
But you're crazy, lady.
love lumping in marijuana with like other much
Like
more harmful
meth.
drugs. Yeah. Which, I mean, hey, if someone's doing meth on their free time, that's still ain't going to affect the way you operate that 30-foot boom lift.
Yeah.
Police. You guys ready to talk about police?
No,
Probably not.
unless
Let's
we're talking
hear it.
about the band.
Protesters across the country want to defund the police as homicides and violent crimes soar. And violent crimes are not higher. Homicides are, but that's partially due to the pandemic and not in neighborhoods where you think it are, Lady ULINE. That was my editorial. In Chicago, the city saw 336 homicides through June this year, 33% more than at the same time in 2020.
Because everybody was home in 2020. What do you mean?
She said she asked someone about this, and then she just put her own opinion on there.
You know, when the country was shut down.
Fair. What did you say, Christian?
Said, you know, when the country was shut down and no one was going out.
Education. It's also a bullshit stat. Education. Kids seem to take some of the weirdest named courses today, far removed from hardcore writing and critical thinking. In my opinion, it's no wonder our children do so poorly in these basic skills.
What?
That's
like what?
right.
Did she give an example?
No. Now, of course, the meme that conservatives hold of like, well, yeah, you got a major in fucking fucking memeology, and everyone's like, that's not a real thing. And then we literally have somebody in our Discord who literally is getting a PhD in memes. So like, I mean, but of course, the meme, I don't think people understand when you say you got a liberal arts degree that you didn't get a degree in liberal arts as major. Mm-hmm. It's like I went to a liberal arts college and got a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry. Technically, I have a liberal arts degree.
Explains why you have a podcast.
I got his ass.
You got me. Government spending.
I would love to hear her thoughts on this.
I don't know how you fix drugs, police, and education issues without government spending, but I'm sure she'll figure it out. Americans are a creative, feisty bunch who I believe basically like to work.
Hey, from everything I see, they love to come into work. They love getting paid low wages.
Nobody fucking likes working.
Nobody likes working. They like not dying from a fear of starvation and therefore work to satiate their hunger.
Correct.
And maybe to feed some of their hobbies if they're lucky enough to have some.
Correct.
I don't... People like, I wouldn't call it work. People like being busy. Like they like having hobbies.
Sure.
Or having a purpose.
They don't like being forced to work.
You can enjoy your job.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I tolerate this. Excessive government benefits are discouraging our work ethic. As I write this, ULINE has over 500 jobs available across North America.
Hey, government handouts. That's why we didn't take any PPP loans during the pandemic.
Absolutely not.
We would never. We're not fudging our numbers saying that we're still looking for people to hire.
Also, if you look at like numbers based on like everyone, even currently, people still say like nobody like where I work, we're struggling to hire people. Like
so are we, but it's because we have a reputation for having shitty managers.
Well, that's the thing is like the job that they're offering, like I like my job, like it's easy, whatever, I get paid well. But to start there as a temp, so not having insurance, not having a guaranteed work after 6 months at $16 an hour in this economy, and you have to have a science degree to work there, who the fuck would want to work there?
Yeah.
No.
It makes sense that like, and like, I think last month or maybe the month before, I think it was last month, so in May, it was like the most, or maybe it was April, the most amount of jobs, Americans quitting their jobs ever. Like the most amount of people quitting their jobs. But it's not that they were unemployed. They just, instead of working 2 or 3 jobs, they just got 1 job.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they quit 2 jobs to go be at 1.
Yeah.
And that makes McDonald's have less workers because they're now a job as a stay-at-home insurance rep, where they can work at home, have better benefits, better hours. Historians have detailed the rise and fall of the past societies. In 1787, Scottish philosopher Alexander Tyler believed there are 8 stages. From bondage to spiritual growth.
That's hot.
Hang on.
So I think that's implying pre-Jesus to Jesus, right?
Sure, man.
Like the slavery of the Jews, and then Jesus Christ was the spiritual growth.
Yeah, man, sure.
I mean, she's clearly a conservative, so like, yeah.
That's what I mean. That's what I think she's implying.
Yeah.
Spiritual growth to great courage to liberty, then from liberty to abundance, from abundance to complacency, then complacency to apathy, apathy to dependence, and finally dependence back to bondage. What stage are we in? Are we destined to repeat history?
Yes. What? What? Also, this is fucking capitalism caused all of this. Like,
so I think she's implying that we're currently in between the dependence apathy spot and potentially molding into bondage, meaning we're going to get enslaved by people.
We're about to. If you guys vote for Joe Biden for one more term, we're gonna fall right into bondage.
Do not send Joe Biden's. Do not send any Joe Biden's to office. This country has been through worse and emerged stronger. We need to reverse course on some of this stuff quickly.
I think she's getting the reversal she wants. I don't know. Hey, if you guys are keeping up with the Supreme Court right now, buddy.
What an insane thing to put in the back of your catalog for people to buy from.
I agree. That is a bizarre.
I remember in 2016 when Trump was first running, there was like one local business in where we have our P.O. box, Ottawa, that was like an insurance business or something, and they were the only place I saw that had like a Trump sign in front of their yard. And it's like, what's the point of that? You're only potentially losing business. I just don't understand that at all. You know what I mean?
yeah. I think that with any political sign. Like,
Right. Like, I would not put that on my place of business.
No.
Now, on my podcast,
Hey, on the podcast?
where I'm paid to talk about what I think, I'll talk about what I think.
It's crazy that you try to blame getting this magazine on the previous guy in your position, but you definitely are ordering this.
Hey, woman.
Previous person, woman. But you're clearly buying it for the articles.
I'm not even looking at the pictures of the stuff in it. It's just the articles. I thought that was so funny. I lost my shit when I first read that.
That's wild.
I just don't get the point of that. Like, seriously, like, thinking as a capitalist in this sense, like, I don't understand the point of you feeling like I need to put my political opinions on the back of this fucking piece of shit magazine.
Yeah.
Where else is she going to put it?
Facebook, where it belongs.
Do you think she changed any minds by having it back there?
No.
Do you think there's any people in your position that are like, wow, she's making some pretty good points?
I mean, probably, but hopefully not.
I don't know. I just thought that was fun. Sorry.
I hated it. And you
also
kind of
hated
proved
it,
our
Joshua.
review right.
I guess that is sort of a me thing where it's like, I do enjoy reading conservative stuff, and I like the Schadenfreude.
You love the hate, the hate consumption.
Yeah.
I just know that everybody's going to say, oh, Erika's so political when fucking Josh is here doing this shit.
Wearing an ice shirt.
Someone brought up Trump first, guys.
That is funny. I wonder do you think it's because you're a woman?
Absolutely.
Like, women aren't allowed to have political opinions because they're seen as, like, annoying because of it?
Probably.
I'm pretty sure since she's a woman, she can't have, like, any kind of hard opinion on the podcast without being like, oh, my God, shut up.
To be fair.
That felt a little too real, Christian.
I'm not saying because I think it. I'm saying this because any podcast I've ever listened to that has a woman as a host on it, you'll go through the comments and all of them be like, so much better if she wasn't on it. And it's like, it's not a fucking podcast if they're not on it. It drives me fucking nuts.
Do people say that about our podcast? Did they wish that I wasn't on it?
They say it would be better if she wasn't on. They do say it would be better if she wasn't on it, but they're misgendering me.
I mean, like, people from, like, the Gym Bro TikToks coming over will say shit like that.
People on TikTok that watch it on the jewelry TikToks really hate when you say yes after am I the asshole.
Yeah.
The most common comment on those would probably be people saying, wow, she made up her mind before they even read the story. And then, like, some people in our Discord will go and they'll be like, it's a fucking joke.
Yeah.
It's a running bit.
I just watched a TikTok yesterday. It was a clip from a podcast. It's three people. There's three hosts on this podcast. One of them is a woman. She says, yeah. And, oh, I don't know. And somebody commented, like, Jesus Christ, she's so fucking annoying. And it's like, she literally said 4 words the entire time. How is she so annoying?
Do you think they were joking?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
This wasn't our podcast. This was a different one. This is
good.
But you know who is joking is this listener who sent in a listener-submitted sound for us to play before we read our listener-submitted stories.
Hi, Judgies. I have a joke for you.
Ooh.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Smell mop.
Smell mop. Who? Hey! Rude.
Thank you, listener, for that submission. Wonderful. If you want to send your own, judgiespod@gmail.com, put that it's a listener-submitted sound in the title. I had that person's email, but now I've lost it. Oh, it says, make up a name or use my first name. So you guys give me a name, and then I'll let you know if I'm going to use that name or the real name.
Rudy.
Josie. Their name was Josie.
The podcast I was just talking about, the lady they were complaining about's name was Rudy.
Really?
Yeah, that was a weird mind meld we just had go on there.
I was thinking because she was being rude. She told a rude joke.
And now we're getting to the
And
listener
I fell for it. Like
submitted
a dummy.
story.
Sorry, Joshua.
Over it. Hey, you're fine.
Actually, how does it feel?
How
does it feel?
How does it feel?
I like talking. So when other
We
people
know.
do it, I understand.
We absolutely know, Josh.
Getting all worked up. The baby's kicking me.
He's like, get this fucker off the podcast. I'm already misogynistic. This is sent in, if you want to send your own story, judgiespod@gmail.com. Listener submitted stories. You can also do it on Instagram DM. This is from the email. Christian, remind me, we got a DM from somebody. I really want you to read it tomorrow.
Perfect.
But not me.
Well, I'm reading tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Right. Am I the apple for wanting to end my relationship because my partner won't say he loves me?
I mean,
Ooh.
how long? We're a week into this relationship, and she's like, "Come on, guy."
I gave him that good poom poom.
Boo.
I, 24 NB, they, them, have been with my partner, 25 male, he, his, for coming up on 2 years. I moved for grad school and asked if he wanted to move in with me. He currently lives with his parents, has no job, and is wanting to go back to school in the near future. But I don't know when that will be because he's been too depressed to get the motivation to reapply or do anything. He said yes to moving in with me, but now it's been almost 2 months of me living here and he hasn't decided what to do. But the biggest trigger for me is he has yet to say that he loves me. He's been very vocal about how much he likes me and how he just can't say that 4-letter word.
I like you. Is that not enough?
I loathe you, is what I meant to say. I've been really stressed and feel like I keep falling in a loop of being in relationships with depressed men who mentally abuse me. I don't know. Maybe I'm being extra, but it kind of sucks to feel like I need to hear I love you to feel like all of this is worth it. Am I the apple here?
No, you're not.
No.
It's okay to want to feel wanted.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's like the number one rule for being in a relationship is like you have to love yourself before you can like you can't expect somebody else to do all the heavy lifting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be a team effort here.
Yeah. So like, and that's not like a slight on him having mental problems. He just has to work on himself. That way he's not making you feel like shit.
Yeah.
Now, what if I told you there isn't already an update? Yeah. Because that wasn't that good of a story, was it? It was kind of sad, but there's an update.
I hope they broke up with him.
I chickened out of sending this last year and found it in my drafts, but I have an update.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
We are still together.
Oh.
Buddy likes me now.
And this past week, he finally told me he loves me. We've now been together for 2 years and 7 months.
Okay.
And just this last week he told you? Is that what you just read?
Yeah. It took 2 years and 7 months to say I love you.
Well, 6 months and 3 weeks.
The only problem now is that I don't really feel like I have the energy to stay in this relationship. I feel like I'm waiting for some big thing to happen instead of just accepting what's going on and loving or leaving it. He's still depressed, and I know I can't do anything to change it other than be here for him. He still is living with his parents, still doesn't have a job, and still doesn't know what he wants to do with his life. But I need someone to be here for me too, you know? We've been long distance this whole time, about 2 hours away from each other, which I think has added to all the confusion and frustration.
Absolutely.
I'm still so on the fence about what to do or say, but a lot of me is yelling that it's time to move on. Any advice from you not advice podcasters? That's right, we are not advice podcast. Sending all my love.
First of all, sending all of our love.
Yeah.
That
we
shit's
like
rough.
you as a listener.
We do. I think that the best option for you is to move on.
Yeah. Luckily, normally being 2 years and 7 months into a relationship, you've like got shared assets at that point.
Yeah.
Or like shared living situations. Luckily, you don't have to even consider that. He's still living with his parents. Like it's at least a nice fallback for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does definitely like ease the like the pain of a breakup, because even being 2 hours apart, it's like you're not going to run into each other in town or anything like awkward and hard to deal with. I think you definitely should leave. I know it would be insanely difficult. I've only ever gone out with Erika. I can't imagine how hard breaking up is.
It's not the funnest thing in the world.
No,
even when you want to break up with someone, it's not fun.
Yeah. And like they were even saying like they're looking for like some grand sign that it's time to break up. But your head is, you were saying it while you're writing it down. It's like,
be your own
everything's
sign.
saying I should break up with them, but I'm just waiting for like a sign. And it's like,
oh God, how funny would it be if after 2 years and 7 months he's like, I love you, and she's like, oh, I don't love you.
That's kind of what this feels like.
Oh no, I thought that would be better to me.
I've moved back to liking you. Actually, this is really rough.
That's a pretty sad situation, huh?
That sucks. But you know what you should do? You said that you needed somebody to be there for you, which totally understandable. You could join our Discord.
That's true. Without doxing them, I think they did. So.
Oh, good. Good.
Get on ya.
And you don't know who it is because guess what? This will be... we're bulking. Did I mention we're bulking? I know I have a pump cover on, so you can't see that I'm bulking.
I've been bulking for 29 years. Wait till this fucking
Dude,
cut.
this cut is going to be crazy. Wait till we cut.
Anyway, I think that even just you writing it out, the way that you're saying the things that you're saying, I think you realize what you need to do and how you feel.
Especially considering even from our spot, we got like multiple month gap between the two written out parts and they sound the same.
Yeah.
Like things haven't changed other than him saying the word.
Yeah.
And even that took over a year.
And it's not like, I mean, like, listen, people struggle with mental health stuff and like,
right.
It's not like, you can't care for the person but still want to break up because, relationships are a two-way street.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't feel like you're responsible to cure their depression. That's not how that works.
Right. Yeah. If he's not being receptive to take those steps on his own, if you're, there's only so much you can do. Mm-hmm. And hey, how about we have this episode stop bulking and have it cut? Does that make sense?
Sure.
I would absolutely love for that.
Yeah. Was it a good episode, Erika?
It
Did you
was.
like the stories?
I did.
Do I need to call you out on every episode to get the vibe right?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm not shooting it down is all I'm saying. But how about you shoot down some of our listeners if they don't go follow us? Not like violently. I mean like prevent them from hitting on us.
Okay.
So how about you tell them to go follow us is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I was getting there, but you made it awkward.
That's what he's trying to say, though.
You can follow us on social media platforms such as Twitter and Twitch and YouTube and Patreon and Instagram. And our handle is @JudgiesPod. That's JUDGIES pod.
And Erika, what do they get for following us on Patreon?
You get $1. No, we get $1.
Yeah.
You get access to the Discord for life.
And ad-free episodes.
And ad-free episodes.
And for $5, you get bonus episodes. One a month as of right now. But hey, if we get enough money from you clowns, then we'll make more than that. Does that make sense?
And our Patreon members get fun first access to baby stuff. If you care about that.
Patreon members will get an address to come touch the baby.
No.
You will get you'll get to touch the baby.
No.
It's going to be like one of the, my frame of reference is going to be a chemistry hood thing, but a more probably accessible frame of reference is going to be Bubble Boy. But it's going to be one of those things where there's rubber gloves into a glass case and then you get to touch the baby. That way we're not spreading germs.
Yes.
And then you walk out.
No.
It's going to be like a wake, but happy and baby.
That is a hard no.
Is there a thing for a baby wake? Like, is there like a wake for babies? And
If
not-
they die?
No, like when they get born and you like have your whole like everyone stands in a line and they're just like, hey, happy for the baby.
No, that doesn't happen. But hey, we're running. we need more listener submitted sounds. Send those in to us at judgiespod@gmail.com.
That's true. We'll play them.
And
Even
we'll
the
love
shit
'em.
ones.
Even the shit ones. We'll play all of them. But hey, guys, unfortunately, it's the end.
Send in a review to you little shitters.
You little fuckers. Hey, and the judges love you. And I'm not even going to do the kiss.